if you ever ask a body man how much he makes an hour, he might tell you, you know, $18, $20 an hour, 21, 22 an hour, right? So you're gonna think, oh, okay. So if you make $20 an hour in 40 hours, you make 800 a week. No, that's not always the case. Some body men make upwards of 120, 150, 200,000. And there's some that makes on the lower end of 35, 40,000. It all depends. So you may be wondering, how do body men and painters get paid? There are some cases where you'll get a straight hourly pay, like a, I guess you can say normal job, where you come in, you punch the clock, and leave, and you get paid your 40 hours. But in a lot of cases, you will get paid a commission, a flag rate. So how it works is, let's say a veteran body man who's been doing this for a long time, he may come in and say, hey, give me 25 an hour. To most people outside, they want to think, oh, okay, 1,000 a week. But in his case, the reason why he's asking for 25 is if he flags 50 hours, he'll be at, I think, $12.50 a week. If he clocks, well, my bad, if he flags 100 hours at $25 flag rate, he'll make $2,500 for the week. So that's how those guys reach numbers like 100,000, 200,000 a year. But there's rare cases where guys are making upwards over 200,000 in certain situations. That's how the pay works in that instance. So sometimes it's deceiving when you ask somebody, if you're people from outside the body shop, if they ask somebody in the body shop, hey, how much you make? They may say, oh, 17. And you're sitting there like, $17 an hour? Didn't this guy just buy like a Ford Raptor last week? So yeah, because he's probably pushing out 70, 80 hours, 90 hours a week. And these hours I'm speaking of, they aren't hours, with boots on the ground. These are the flagged hours. So if a body man gets a dent, he can tell the estimator, so they can tell the insurance, hey, well, I need 10 hours to fix this dent. It may take the guy 5, or guy or girl, it may take them 5, but they still getting paid the 10. Now, if you ask for 10 and it takes you 13, you can try a supplement, but more than likely you're still gonna get paid the 10. So that's the downside of it. But the upside, the ceiling is very high. If you can ask for 10 hours, finish it at 8, finish at 7, finish it at 6 or 5, you're making money. So imagine what you can do with just 40 hours of your feet on the ground. That's how body men make a lot of money. Painters, on the other hand, they don't have a lot of leeway when it comes to bandwidth of what they can ask for hours. A lot of times this is pre-programmed through CCC1, but it's usually like a 3 or 4 body man to 1 painter situation. So painters always have a bunch of work, and when they get quick and they do their own prepping, and it's just the hours start to pile up compared to the body man who may have 1 car for the day, but he can ask for 14, 15 hours for that 1 car. Painter might have a car they only getting paid 4 hours for it, but they're knocking it out, getting it in the booth, starting on something else. So they're getting paid 4 hours for 2 hours of work. Meanwhile, they're already getting started on something else. So that's how the hourly rate can be deceiving when it comes to a body man or a painter. People inside the body shop world, we know. If somebody says, hey, I'm making 25 an hour, we know, oh, this guy's probably making some good money. That's a good flag rate. And it varies depending on where you're at in the country, but usually only goes so far. If a company is charging $45 an hour labor for body and paint, you only can pay somebody so much before you can, the shop has to take care of the business side of things, their GM and et cetera, et cetera. So there may not be many instances where shop is charging $45 an hour and they're paying the tech $40 flag rate. Just wouldn't make sense business-wise. But certain places in the country and certain shops, the things vary. They may be charging $55 labor, could be $75. I've seen that before. $75 labor. So then you have more bandwidth to pay your tech, of course, a quality tech. As a beginner, You know, like myself, you're not going to be walking in the door asking for $25 an hour. It's not going to happen. My situation is unique. I'm actually getting paid hourly. But it's good for a beginner because it takes away the pressure of, hey, I don't have that many cars this week, or I can't get no parts, so you don't get paid if you're not turning a wrench. Compared to me, where I'm hourly, I can find something to do.